What's up, good people? Lisa Tegan back again, straight from Onya Studios with another episode of Inside Spec. And today we're going to be talking a lot of things. We're going to be discussing things related to transport, related to smart homes. We're going also to be touching on devices from smartwatches and of course phones. My name is Stacy Wanjeri and I'm joined by my one and only co-host, Tevin Muigai. Hi, Tevin.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, man. I always look forward to this day. You know, like coming onto studio and telling the good people what is happening and what the news is and the information that we can pass along and let people know, like, what's up, you know?
I tell you, because it's fine and it's fun and, you know, like, getting to understand things that are actually happening in the world, globally, Africa and beyond is amazing.
Very intriguing. I
can tell you for a fact that I think that I have finally settled on something that I really want in my house.
Yes, yes.
And because, you know, like, I love cooking. As I said, I love cooking.
Yeah, and lots of inventions have come out for cooking, right?
Yes, you know, there's this Moley's. There's this company called Moley. So they are a company that is focusing on digital kitchens. And guess what they have?
What exactly do they have?
They have a Moley Robotic Kitchen. Can you imagine?
A robot.
A robot. Like, it's a whole complete kitchen. It comes with like kitchenware, you know, sufurias, pots, spatulas and everything.
Does it have a name, like a particular? Do you remember this invention that came out last year about a dog that was also a robot?
Yeah.
It was called Spot. This one now.
It's just called Moley. It's just called Moley Robotic Kitchen. And it comes with a GPU.
Yeah.
So like that's it's an integrated system that has thousands of recipes. I think it has around 5,000 recipes that you can actually put together a meal from. Imagine from the click of a button like this.
What?
You remember when we discussed something to do with digital fridges?
Yes,
I think everyone is going that direction, right?
Yes, we actually did.
You know, when you double tap a fridge and then you see something that is inside.
Yeah.
So the system works somehow like that, yeah? So it has a software that is integrated for cooking. So you choose the different menus. If you feel like having pasta and meatballs, like you don't really have to struggle and order from from Cedars. You know, like I really want to have meat, but I don't want to cook. I don't want to go on YouTube and look for recipes and then start putting things together. The only thing you need to do with this this robotic kitchen is just putting things together. You know, if you want meatballs, you can just put them together and put them in a container, assemble everything, and then guess what? So the robot does everything for you.
Does it like actually puts them like in different separate containers so that it can be stored and stuff? Like that's how deep it is.
Yeah, so the only thing you need to do like is cut onions, cut tomatoes, carrots, whatever. So what happens is when you click on the system, on the processor, so it shows you the different menus, right? And then when you click on them, it shows you the different ingredients that you require and the quantities. Now it's your duty to cut,
like add them onto.
Like to cut and prepare. Just preparing and put them in a container. And then when you put them in the different containers, you know, it's really cool because also the containers have markings of where they're supposed to reach, you know, to make sure that you have the quantity right. Because it's not a human. At the end of the day, it's not human.
Yeah, it doesn't know like how to actually, you know, do the actual stuff that needs to be like the cutting, the way you've said, you know.
Yes, but actually the moves, it has 5 fingers on both arms. So it can do those things, but they haven't gotten to that level yet. What it can do is just cooking for now. So when you assemble everything, when you cut the tomatoes, you put them in a like a storage area, and then you don't really have to worry about the things that you prepared getting bad, because when you keep them there, it's vacuumates if they such a word. So it removes the air and then it keeps them fresh for longer. And then now you just leave it like that. You can actually sit down and watch someone like a robot cooking for you.
That looks dope, because once they actually add more code into it, the code that will help it to be able to, example, do cutting, you know. Like I'm just looking at the possibilities that, you know, that you can be able to do with a kitchen robot, you know.
Imagine, you don't have to pay thousands of money to go and eat legit, you know, like sometimes
legit
you want
food.
Indian food, or you don't have to really go to a restaurant if you can afford it, because it's actually not cheap. It goes for 338,000 US dollars.
Okay.
It's a lot of money, but it's worth it. But you know what's creepy? Imagine if you set it to cook, if you prepare everything and then you set it to cook, you know, at a certain time, and then you go somewhere and then you had forgotten that you had already put that order already, you know, like for the robot to cook for you, and then you go home and then you find it cooking. It's so creepy. You're tired, probably you're coming from, I don't know, Whiskey River or something.
We had on the same topic when we were backstage and we were discussing this the information that is happening today. You had told me and mentioned about something else to do with transport.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. What is he up to?
The boring company. I'm telling you.
You mean boring is the name of the company, not it's a boring company.
The boring. I don't know if it's the boring company, the boring project, whatever. I don't know, something boring. But they're actually, you know, Elon Musk is very talented. He's very smart when it comes to all matters transport. You know, from Tesla now, he's actually about to roll out. I'm not sure if it's 2022 or 2025 when he's going to build the first
Tesla Apple car.
Not Tesla, Apple.
Oh, it was Apple that was doing their own car, but were they
partnering project?
Yeah, who were they partnering with that time?
I can't remember. Was it Aurora? I can't remember.
Aurora, I
can't remember some autonomous software company.
Okay,
but Elon Musk soon in Florida they'll be moving in tunnels.
In tunnel systems.
Yes, and guess how fast it's going to be?
How fast?
200 kilometers per hour, which means you don't really have to like board flights. Go from, you know, point A to point B, and then you don't have to worry about city space and everything, because you can actually build the tunnel routes under roads.
Imagine just under the ground.
Yes, imagine just driving. You see the way you change lanes. Imagine changing lanes, and then but instead of changing lanes and staying on the road, you're changing lanes to go into a tunnel. That is faster. That's
so dope. But will the transport systems have their own vehicles? You'll have to use your vehicle, because you're saying 200.
It will have their own vehicles.
I'd be suspecting that. So it will be a train, will it be a car?
I think, I don't know, like at this point I don't really know, because they are, you know, they are not exposing anything yet, but the videos that are available now, there are videos on cars and there are videos on like rocket-ish and rocket train, because you know rocket train kind of model. So I'm not really sure what the project is going to look like, or the final product is going to look like. All I know is that it's going to be very fast. People are actually saying it's if it really rolls out properly, it can even be faster than an aeroplane.
What?
Yeah, that's Elon Musk.
Okay, when we get there, you know, we'll be able to see. But you know,
I wish we can do it. We can have it in Kenya as well. Like,
we'll get there. I feel like we are getting there as Kenya. You know, there's Konza City that is coming up, you know, and that's going to bring a lot of technological development into Kenya, you know. But on that same story, the renders that I saw for the transport system that you're talking about, the one thing that intrigued me the most is the system that he's trying to integrate so that he can be able to make this work, you know. He's borrowing assets from his other companies. So that he can be able to integrate that technology for it to happen, because it's not easy building a tunnel that will connect two cities together, you know.
Especially, I think the biggest one that he's going to borrow, especially from Tesla, is the autonomous driving. Because I feel also when you're changing that, you know, you can just self-drive. And I think the transport industry is really changing. Because, you know, I have seen videos about, you know, hoverboards, you know, taking you from, even like Airbus. I don't know if you know the company Airbus. It's still a startup. But, you know, you can actually order like an Airbus.
You can order an Airbus.
It's like an aeroplane, but it's a bus. I think it can accommodate around 2 to 3 people maximum, but it's still cooking. So once that is ready, we're going to come back to you with full details. But yes, that is the industry for now. Okay,
after the break, we're going to discuss a few of my topics. Xiaomi has just done something new with a smartwatch, and Google One also has an update that they put up. So we'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Inside Spec, and we're here in the second part of the show where we are about to discuss a few technological developments with the Xiaomi Google One and a few things that you didn't know are in your Pixel phone that can actually help. Stacy, so I was looking through the news.
Yes.
And I saw about Google One, yeah? What they have done, Google One, you know, is the system that Android uses to back up everything on your phone. Right?
Yes, yes.
And most people know it because of Google Photos, because you know, you take your photos and then they're stored up in the cloud. But there are certain things that are saved that you don't know are being saved. For example, your passwords are saved by Google. Your settings for your phone are saved by Google. They back up your time in terms of the time that you set it, and all that is always backed up, yeah? But now they've added a new thing where before you couldn't send MMS messages through.
Yeah, you couldn't. When it was a buzz, when people were actually asking for it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you could send them, but you couldn't back them up. Yeah. So now you can be able to back up your MMS messages together with your videos and your photos and everything else. This just makes it more convenient for people who use MMS messages to communicate. You know, so you won't have to stress looking for maybe a MMS message that you probably recorded like last week, and then you just have to go back to your backed up stuff and then find it. You
know what I'm thinking about when you're just mentioning like MMS being backed up?
Yeah.
Like it's giving WhatsApp competition.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because you know, when you're chatting with someone and then you want to retrieve the data, and maybe probably you've lost your phone.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been backing up. You know, the messages haven't been backing up.
Yeah, yeah.
But WhatsApp actually backs up your messages.
Yeah,
so
it does.
Retrieve. So
it's getting there.
What's going on?
It's getting there. So on other news, there is Xiaomi. They just released a new smartwatch. It's called the Mi 2 Children's 4G phone phone watch 5C. It's such a long name. Such a long name. The Xiaomi are usually like that when it comes to their naming their stuff. Yeah, they will give it such long names. But yeah, it's a very nice watch. It's for children. Yes. Mainly this watch will be used like in terms of tracking what your child is doing. For example, it has integrated like social media apps like WeChat, and then it also has HD dual camera system. Now, the sneaky thing about this HD dual camera system is that the parents can watch the kid and see what is happening.
Not doing sneaky things.
Yeah, exactly. Like now, kids, you just know that you're being watched. It's not the government only. It's also your parents.
Want to know.
Exactly.
Like, are you studying for real or you're just playing?
So the front camera will obviously you'll be able to view your kid, see him and what he's doing. And then the side camera, because it's on the side, you'll be able to see the environment around him and what is happening, basically. On top of that, they have also added WeChat, as I've mentioned. WeChat, you'll be able to make video calls, audio calls, send your SMSs, and even talk to your parents when they need to talk to you. I like this watch mainly because it has also been given very strong. It will be able to endure a lot because it's using Corning Glass 3. Which is quite strong.
Which makes sense for kids, you know.
Yeah, because they're always dropping things. Yeah, they're always dropping things. So it'll have Corning Glass 3, and then also it'll have a 900 milliamp hour battery, which will probably last you 6 days if you're not using it that much. It doesn't have that much consumption. Standard consumption probably 3 to 4 days, and then heavy use will be 1 to 2 days. So it's okay.
I think it
works.
It's workable.
Yeah, it works. It will be going for about $89 in the US, but right now it's still in China. It hasn't come out of the Chinese market. It's still in China. So if you need one, you have to go to the Chinese and buy your own watch. Those guys like being mean with the with their gadgets. They like keeping the tech to themselves.
Until like they've officially enrolled and everyone is comfortable in their market. Which is, I mean, it's good to be selfish sometimes.
It's very good, like an Apple way, the Apple way of living.
Yes. I like the fact that you can have video calls, video chats on the watch also.
Yes.
Because you know, when it comes to book club or sessions, people are meeting. Sometimes you need to turn your video on and everything. So I think it's ideal. We don't need to stress about tablet or a laptop. It's very ideal.
And on top of that camera that you can use for video, it will have electronic image stabilization, which just will make your videos very smooth and clean. It won't look like you're shaking too much and all that. It's just a good ad for even kids, you know, like they'll be able to take good videos and show their parents.
Like, hey, I'm at 2 Rivers, can you see? You don't have to stress that the video is going to be low quality.
Another story is the 7, I can give you like a few features, but one thing about Pixel users is that they have features inside that phone that are really beneficial to just your everyday use. One of them is screen record using Google Assistant. So what basically they've done with Google Assistant is that when someone calls you and you are, for example, busy and you don't want to be disturbed, you've put your phone on Do Not Disturb, what Google Assistant will do is that it'll answer the phone call for you and then ask that person, who are you and why are you calling? And then it'll send you a message, since you don't want to be disturbed, telling you this is this person and this is what they want.
I don't want people to invade my privacy like that. I'm sorry. It's a cool feature,
I think it's really cool, man.
Like, okay, depends. I feel like like it makes sense, especially when you're extra busy.
Yeah, it does.
And you don't want to miss anything. Maybe it's an emergency, you know.
Yeah.
It saves a lot.
On top of that, you get very good app suggestions. You can they have, when it comes to Google, you know, Google has a system integrated to have really good search options. So it's one of the few phones that you're able to search things precisely and get it like right there on dot. On top of that, you'll be able to listen to music. It'll be able to listen to music and tell you which music that is without having to open an app. Like, for example, Shazam. So you remember Shazam?
Yeah.
That you used to open and then you put it next to your speaker and then it'll record that. It'll hear what you're listening to and tell you what is playing. But now it does with the Google Pixel, it does that automatically. Anywhere that you are, you just place your phone down and then whatever music that is around you, it'll show you on your lock screen.
That's a very good way of collecting data.
Yeah,
no,
collecting
music.
Collecting data. Yeah, it is. It's collecting data. They also made a few other changes. They also added like a few changes with the update that they did in January, where that you can be able to take time lapse in night mode. Most phones are not able to take good night mode, but the fact that it can take night mode and also create a time lapse on it is that shows you that the phone camera capability is really good.
Yeah.
On top of that, you can be able to edit the sky in your photos. So if you have a photo that your sky is you want to like use a certain type of effect, you can add that effect onto while you're editing your photo, and you can just make it look nice, you know.
What's up, creatives? A gig there.
Yeah, man. Pick up a pixel.
Google is your plug.
Yeah, but that's just basically it. You know, I'm happy every week to find out all this information that is coming out and seeing what people are developing at. So basically, we're very happy to be here. We're very happy that we've gotten through another show and we're able to pass on the information that we're always trying to give you guys, the best, the newest. And this is just another show of Inside Spec, where we have brought you the latest in news, technology, and information. Join us next time, next week. Don't forget, next week we're still going to be here. Me and Stacy. We're not leaving you guys.
We're waiting for your comments on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Follow us on all our social media pages. And you know what? If you want to be part of our show, just give us a call on 0790-127-315 and we shall consider something, maybe like a tour in the studio. Cheers, until next time. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.